Sounds good. But let's go ahead and start getting over into the Kahoot stuff. Let me start pulling up Kahoot. So for those of y'all who are new here, or are wondering what the heck Kahoot is, or have zero clue what's going on today for the event. So, there is a contest from Warcraft Cares and Architects of Azeroth Discord that GP at home, who also raided in today, and then I will be guest judging for. I have some more details in the Kahoot itself, but before we get started, I wanted to make sure to link that so y'all can take a look as I get things up. But as for trivia today, if you have a mobile device, you can use your mobile device. That might be a little bit easier. And basically, Kahoot is just an online trivia platform. So I'll show some questions on my screen, and y'all will pick on your phone like an answer, or you'll type in an answer, or things like that. So it'll be easy with the phone, but you can also do it on your computer if you want to have another tab open while also watching. Or if you want to lurk and just get a drop, totally fine. Hopefully you learned something from this too. But I'm going to go ahead and swap my screen over. And real quick though, I'm going to go ahead and run the 3-minute ad break. So that way we don't get any interruptions for the first hour, but we won't get started until those ad breaks are over. So thank y'all so much for sticking through it. And we will be right back for that while I get stuff set up. So you won't be missing anything. Let's go ahead and run that, and then we'll get started. Dotsons, you love Dotsons? I love me some Dotsons. We have 2 wieners. Battle Royale for the digital kisses. Yes. Yes. Let me go ahead and start pulling this stuff up. Kahoot stream. Is this the right thing? That's not the right thing. Not the dog cam. And then properties. Where is Kahoot? Kahoot, where are you? Choose game mode. There is Kahoot. There is the Kahoots. All right. And then, let me go ahead and get a giveaway started in a second. We do have quite a few giveaways today, so let me go ahead and pull that up and we will get started with that. Also, I totally missed this. Thank you so much, Amazing Daisy, for the follow. Welcome in. Not the blue cheese. Okay, let me get these giveaways started. Oh, it broke. Next button. Boop. Thank y'all for bearing with me. Oh, I should probably close out League. Not League. World of Warcraft. Okie dokie. So, for those of y'all who are not stuck in ads, you are able to join. So, if you are not stuck in ads, go ahead and get your phone. And I'll repeat these instructions for people who are stuck in ads. Go ahead and get your phone and scan that QR code at the top, so we can type our answers in the chat. So not in Twitch chat. You can if you'd like to, if you don't want to participate in the Kahoot itself. But if you want to participate and have it as part of the trivia stuff, you'll want to get your phone and scan that QR code and enter the game pin. Or you'll want to go to kahoot.it, and I can put this in the chat as well, if you want to use it on your computer. And that will allow you to type your answers into the game platform itself. But if you don't want to join that, that's totally fine. I'll take a look at chat as well, but when it comes to like the multiple choice questions, those are for points. So don't put your answers in until it's already told, or else people will get points. Alrighty, ads are almost over. We got a lot of good people today. Nice. I'm super duper excited for this. I've been looking forward to this for a while. Alrighty, welcome back from ads, everybody. So for Kahoot, what we'll want to do is go ahead and grab your phone. Or you can do it on the computer, but it might be a little bit easier on your phone, so that way you can watch up on screen and then have your phone here. But you'll get your phone and you'll scan the QR code on the top right. And you will enter this game pin inside of there, and that will let you connect to the Kahoot. Alternatively, I put a link in chat if you prefer to have it on your computer, and that will let you type answers and select answers on your computer as well. But okay, I see Luger, we got you in here. Perfect. But I will give it a couple minutes, and if you'd like to join, feel free to. You can also customize your character. But as you're getting into it, let me know if you have any questions. You have this at work, but the Menti version. Fun. I have an extended license, so we can have up to 800 people. How long will trivia be? I'm thinking, so it's a mixture of trivia and also a workshop. So some like open discussion and brainstorming will happen. So I'm thinking it'll be like an hour and a half of it. But we'll see. And also for trivia, there won't be prizes for winners. We'll be doing giveaways instead, so that way, regardless of your experience or your knowledge of kitbashing or any of that, like, you'll just get bragging rights for winning, essentially. So no worries there about competing for prizes as well. But as we get into the Kahoot, for those of you who are not, is there a problem if you leave? You might have to go to dinner. No worries. I'll also have the VOD up if you're not able to stay for the entire time. So that way, if you want to take a look at like what we talk about or get some tips and tricks for afterwards, I'll make sure to share out the VOD so you can take a look as well. But you can totally leave in the middle of it. Please feel free to join in, leave as you would like to. Thank you so much for the follow, Raven. I appreciate you. But for Kahoot, the way that it works is there's going to be some questions that will pop up on my screen. And on your device, you will see a pop-up of some colored shapes. I think there's like a triangle, a square, and a circle, and a diamond, I want to say. And you'll see answers on your phone, but also my screen. And you'll just click the right answer, or click what you think is the right answer. There's some things that have points associated with them, and the quicker you answer, the more points you will get. So if you know the answer fast, make sure to click it so you get more points. But there's also some questions that are more of just a poll to see like what y'all think, since this is partial workshop, partial trivia, and friendly competition. So kind of a mixture of all of that. And then there's also going to be some questions where, thank you for lurking, Cole. Thank you. There's going to be some questions that will require you to type in some thoughts. So I'll ask you like, what shapes do you see? Or what decor pieces do you see? Yes, you can only see you right now on your phone, but I have 27 people right now. 27 people. And for those of you who don't want to participate necessarily in the Kahoot right now, you are more than happy to lurk. Yeah, haven't started it yet. Not quite. But good clarification. Can I increase my volume? Let me see. Are you talking about my voice in particular, Kindesly? Let me see if I can do that for you. Advanced audio properties. Mic. Oh, okay. Let me do this. I know I backed away from my mic a little bit, but does this help a little bit? Hopefully that's like a little bit more helpful. I don't want to go too high, but hopefully that helps. I can keep going a little bit higher too. A little better? Okay, let me go a little bit higher and let's see. Testing. Is this okay? I know I can sometimes like talk a little bit too loud, but hopefully this is a little bit better. Hey, Cannaburn. So we are currently doing housing trivia. Oh, thank you, Was. Okay, perfect. And again, if there's any other issues with audio or anything, let me know and I'll do my best to fix it. But Cannaburn, we're doing some housing trivia. So if you'd like to join in, feel free to get your phone and scan that QR code in the top right-hand corner and enter this game pin. Or if you'd like to join in on your computer, you can use this link. And I think this link will be active throughout the entire time. Or for those of you who just want to learn and get some experience from that way, totally fine. And you can still participate in giveaways even if you don't participate in the Kahoot as well. But with that being said, I will give it until 1 more minute, and then we'll go ahead and get started with this. But welcome in, everybody. For those of you who are new here or who are like totally new to stream, welcome in. I am Botanical. I like building things, and I like teaching others the basics of housing things. I don't feel like I do grand, insane builds, but I like focusing on the small things and then also empowering you all to be able to do it on your own. So that way y'all can do some crazy things too. Y'all can do some crazy things too. Thank you so much, Dan Jim, for the follow. Or not follow, the sub. Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and give the pets for a treat. 2 months in a row. I very much appreciate you. Thank you. Is having sweaty hands a requirement? Not a requirement, but I have sweaty hands, so like, suggested. But that's what I love doing. I love empowering y'all to be able to create your own crazy builds, because y'all create some crazy stuff. And I know with a little bit of a nudge in the right direction, y'all will feel more empowered to be able to do so and feel like you've built your skills a little bit more. So that's what we're gonna do today. And again, this is for the mural support event, and I'm super excited about it. So we'll go ahead and hit start, and the questions aren't starting yet, so don't feel like you have to like be on edge for your thing. But welcome into the Kitbashing Kahoot for mural support. So mural support is an event that it has a contest associated with it, but it's also a way for y'all to polish up your skills and show off your techniques, and a way for you to learn and practice. So GP at home and I, who just messaged XD, he and I are guest judges for this. GP will be judging the murals, the large scale murals, and then I'll be judging small scale paintings. And what I mean by that is there's a couple categories. So one of the categories is build a small painting. So that means you build something on top of a fresh canvas that is scaled at 200% or less. Or a large mural that can be something like a wall, a floor, a ceiling, or whatever surface you want. So that's what GP's judging, and then I'll be judging the small painting. And then you can do all of these categories or one of the categories, or not at all if you don't want to. But you can also do IRL or digital art submissions, and you can submit to as many categories as you would like for there too. And for each of those categories, there's subcategories. So if you're a beginner with either of these, or an intermediate, or an experienced builder, or artist, there's room for everybody. And there will be winners for each of these subcategories for each of these categories as well. Yeah, we encourage y'all to participate, even if you don't feel like you are the best of the best or doing crazy things. Because at the end of the day, we're here for fun, we're here to learn, and we're just here to like grow together. So that's a little bit about the mural support thing, but I want to do a giveaway before we get started. So we'll do a giveaway for Vulpine Familiar Mount, and that will be in the chat. If you would like to enter for this, please type !Fox. So !Fox in the chat if you would like to enter for this giveaway for the Vulpine Familiar Mount. Alrighty, it is working. Sounds good. Ooh, y'all are quick. Lots of y'all. It is a very cute mount too. So I got these codes from winning a housing competition, but I realized I already had some of these. Yes, Sindel. This code will work for any region. So NA, EU, you are more than welcome to join in regardless of your region. So I got some of these codes for winning a housing competition before, but I already had it. So I'm like, let me just give this back to the community, because I'm like, y'all do your thing. It's a very pretty mount. So I'll give it a minute. Remember !Fox if you would like a chance to win this. Hype train incoming from all of the things. That's so cool. I didn't realize that could happen. Alrighty. I see 23 people have typed !Fox. Let's keep going. Bad Ryan. Don't join. Jay, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for the tier 1. That is very kind of you. Alrighty, last call. If you would like to join in for the Vulpine Familiar Mount code for any region, !Fox. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll give it 3 seconds because lag and stuff. Choose a winner. We have Zanzibar! Zanzibar, if you want to message in chat, go ahead and claim it. Oh, I should probably put this on the right screen. Congratulations! Okay, I will get you that code for the Vulpine Familiar Mount. Thank you so much to everybody who, and there's like a ton of other giveaways too. So there's gonna be Hearthsteel and more stuff. So, nice! Congratulations, alrighty. Let's go ahead and get going with the rest of the Kahoot. So a couple of things. I do want to say, if you have your device, I very much encourage you to keep your device up and avoid refreshing the page because it might kick you out and then you won't get all of your points. Or if you have it on your phone, do your best to avoid going to other screens. For trivia-like questions, like I said, the faster you answer, the more points you will get. And then for open response questions, it's more of a brainstorming. Again, this is like half workshop, half trivia. So there's no points associated with those. So don't feel like you have to type super duper fast or get like the right answer because there's no right answer. And like I said here, art is subjective and can be interpreted in a bajillion ways. There's no perfect way to make anything. So you might see some things here where it's like, oh, if I'm making something, it has to look like that because that's like the best way. But you might be able to make it in a different way that looks just as good or if not better for whatever it is you're trying to do. With that being said, we're going to do a practice thing. Go ahead and pick blue. This is what it will look like on your screen. So pick blue. And it says the word blue too in case you need help. I made sure accessibility things are here so that way color contrast is good because naturally it's not accessible. But we're doing our best. We're doing our best. Good job. Everybody knows blue. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Alrighty. No points associated with that one. But we're going to get into some questions. So we're going to start off with foundational knowledge for kitbashing. And so once again, the faster you answer, the more points. But thank y'all for the hype train. That was very sweet. Yes, it is. It is indeed, Ryan. So true or false? A curtain or drape can only be used as a curtain. Y'all are quick, by the way. So this is getting y'all familiar with the style of what we're getting into. So this is false. So I'll give a couple examples. Let's see. Who is at the top? Canna. Very quick to answer. You'll see here that the points are very, very close for some of y'all, the faster you answer. But for here, so here's a couple examples of how you can use those elegant wall drapes for things other than curtains. So for example, I used it as a dolphin body or some waves. GP has used it for like really cool void dragon wispy things. Zanzibar has used it for clouds. I wasn't able to get the Hearthlight Armillery to make it look as pretty, but in the Shrek build, or sorry, Maleficent Castle, she used it for clouds up there, and then Glamourgus used it as like mushrooms. So a curtain can be, or any item can be used as something that's not what the intention is for. So there's some really crazy things that you can see. And as another example, those little elegant pillow rolls that you get from the neighborhood vendors, both of these items are from neighborhood vendors. Thank you so much for the follow, Everyday Me. Welcome in, welcome in. You can do a couple of things with that as well. So, for example, Zanzibar used it as bolsters for the stairwell for her Shrek Castle build. And then GP used it as like braids for hair. Glamourgus used it as monster fingers, which is crazy. And then I ended up using it as just simple condiment bottles. I look back at my condiment models, I'm like, man, I could use monster fingers for this. So these are really, really cool examples of how you can take something that is a neighborhood item and use it for something that probably, not that Blizzard didn't think we would use it for, but some crazy, crazy, crazy things. So curtain doesn't just have to be a curtain. Next question. Kitbashing is the process of blank decor to create something, oops, that's supposed to be brand new. There might be a couple errors in this, but it's okay. bear with me. I'm running on caffeine and lack of sleep and puppy kisses. Well done. Most of y'all got it. So, kit bashing is the process of combining decor to create something brand new. So grabbing, oh, shoot. Okay, let me disable the frogs. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Say bye to your frogs. Kill the frogs. So kit bashing is the process of combining decor to create something brand new. So like I mentioned with the other things of like making the braids out of cushions and pillows and all that stuff, we're creating new things with multiple things that aren't the same thing. So it's kind of crazy. But scaling decor, good guess. But you do scale decor while doing kit bashing, because sometimes you might need something that's like super duper small for the smallest little detail, or you might want it super duper big to act as a base for something. So good guess, a good guess. Next up, let's see, Teely, well done. Oh my gosh, 1 point difference between Teely and Swords. 1 point difference. So hiding a part of an item to reveal only the useful section is known as... clipping. Good job, good job. So whenever you clip an item, or that's what we refer to as clipping, is whenever you're hiding portions of the object to just get what you want to get. Sorry if you hear the dogs like wrestling in the background, by the way. But for example, here we're clipping the gnome just to get the hat. So we're clipping the gnome into the floor, and then that way only the hat is shown. So sometimes you might scale stuff to only reveal what you want, but clipping is the word that we refer to, or the word that we use when we refer to like hiding portions of an object. So good job, good job. Let's see. Canna, look at you. Good job, good job. Ooh, Zalian is the highest climber, up 6 places. Well done, well done. All right. Which view of an item is most likely to reveal new kit bashing possibilities? Scooby, thank you so much for the sub. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 5 whole months. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Here's a treat for Mango. Ooh. Good. Good, good, good. So, all views can be whenever you see an all of the above in a learning experience, it's probably the right answer. But in this case, the bottom view is very, very helpful. 12 of y'all, you know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The bottom one is very, very helpful because sometimes you don't look at the bottom. You don't rotate it frequently, but all views can be super duper helpful for the object. If you look at it from the side, you might see something crazy. If you look at it from the bottom, the top, if you just like clip something into the bottom, not wrong, just not all right. Exactly, exactly. So not a trick question. Make sure you read. Make sure you read. But good job to the 20 of y'all who did read. Baka laka daka, well done, well done. Climbing. Teely, no! Wanted to go fast. Yep, make sure you answer fast for those ones. I'll let y'all know when there is not a fast one. How dye looks on one item will look exactly how it looks the same. Like, oh, words are hard. How dye looks on one item will look exactly the same on another item. Y'all speed clicking for sure. Now you're all making sure to read every single word. Good guesses. So most of y'all got this one right, and I'll give you an example here. Let's see, Bakalaka Daka still at the top. So in this one, GP. So in this example, you'll see a bunch of different variations of decor. You'll see like on like rough metal surfaces on that the right door, and then maybe some smoother metal surfaces on that shelf on the left. And then you'll also see the dye on the wood on the back, like the back picture frame. So they vary just ever so slightly given the texture of the item that you are looking at, or maybe just like the smoothness of a decor piece. So you'll see that the green looks very, very bright when it's on the elven decor, and that's why y'all might see with the, I think, obsidian black that GP hates at the moment. It looks a little bit lighter because it has that little bit of sheen to it. And then for the stone, for example, I learned this from Saflar, who has done some crazy murals. Really awesome stuff. The bottom side of the slate cobblestone, when dyed, looks like a little bit darker of a shade than the top side of the shade, or the top side of the slate cobblestone. So depending on the lighting or the texture, obsidian became charcoal. Rip. Yes, it did indeed. Scooby, you are able to join from, if you go to kahoot.it, you're able to type in this code and you'll be able to participate. Or you can go to kahoot.it on your phone and you'll be able to type in that code as well to go ahead and join in. But depending on the lighting or the texture, it will look different. So sometimes it'll look similar. So for example, that stool on the left-hand side, that dark green, is technically the same as the one on the bookshelf. And it's also the same as the one on this table. But it'll look similar between these two textures, but not that one. So when you're doing kit bashing or things like that, just something small to consider when you're looking at colors. But yeah. Okay, we're going into a new category of thinking of items a little bit differently than the intended purpose. So Maribel says, I've noticed some dyes bring out variations in the same object. Yes, yeah, exactly. Hi, Judax, you as well. The eggs are dyeable. Yes, so the eggs are indeed dyeable for those of you who have the shop items. Alrighty, what item is this? And y'all should see pictures on your phones of these items for the answers. It is square. The decor goes in the square hole. Good job. So that is just one example, and I put this on the, it's a picture frame. You could use it as a picture frame. Good thinking. So I put this in the Kitbashing 101 thing. 100% good job. But that's what happens when you sink or clip, as we referred to it as, this box from the top side into a flat surface. You can kind of cut out that blue section and just leave the wood square. So if you're looking to do something like Ophi said about a picture frame, or maybe you just want a little bit of a square, then that's a good option to use. But good job recognizing which decor piece it is. Sword is climbing back up. Alrighty. This one is a multi-select. Which items can make a straight line? Select all before you submit. Hi, Chris. How are you? How are you today? Well done. So a lot of y'all got the more like obvious answers of the shelf and then also the Zillow rug, or the elegant doormat, I think it's called. I never remember the name of this one, honestly. I just call it the Zillow one. But some of y'all are missing the door and the elven shelf. So the elven shelf actually, sword. Oh no, bakalaka daka, no! But, here's an example. So on the left-hand side, you'll see that this is what it looks like from the elven door. Then this portion right here is the elven shelf. If you angle it into the wall with that bottom portion, you can get a very, very thin line. And that can be good for the mural support event if you're doing a very small like painting. So I think this is scaled up to 200%. So it can get very, very, it's not like the biggest straight line, but if you're trying to do very small details, the elven shelf is a good way to get a very straight line. And then the normal shelf, I never really remember the name of these things, but that one also, if you clip it onto the back side of it, you'll get that flat line right there. And then also with this rug, you'll get a straight line right there. But the bottom portion that I'm talking about for the elven shelf is this portion right here. So if you want super fine lines on things, this is a good option to do. But anything can be take it back. Not everything can be a straight line, but there's a lot of different sturdy wooden. Thank you. there's a lot of decor that if you look at it from a different angle, you might be able to get some really detailed shapes from it. So now we're going to move into recognizing a little bit more of decor. So this is Zanzibar's chair from her newest salon build. And this is a great example of a kit-bashed way of using various decor pieces to make something that you wouldn't exactly think of it. So we have things like the fresh canvases for the arms. We have the cushions for cushions, but we have a canopy for the bottom. We have hay for hair. And just a bunch of different decor to make this. The fake nails are really good too. Super duper cool. But this is one example of how you can get into some decor. But I want y'all to take a second and see if you can identify what the item for this like little foot pedal thing. I don't know what it's called, but I called it a foot pedal. Like what you do to like pump up the chair. What decor piece is this thing? And I know Zanzibar's getting a slight cheating. I'm sorry, I didn't even think that through. But a lot of y'all should know this one. Yes, good job. Caldore stone fence. So that piece is a fence post. So this isn't quite the trellis. It can be a trellis. It could definitely be used as a trellis. But this one is a Caldore stone fence. Let's see. Aha, Zanzibar did not get up there. Sword is still on top. So this is the Caldore stone fence. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm so sorry to you elf lovers who are probably cringing at my pronunciation. But if you rotate it 90 degrees sideways and you scale it super small, a fence post doesn't just have to be a fence post. It can be a foot pedal. It can be, I've seen it used as goal posts, like all of those things. That a ladder. I've seen it used as ladders or stairs, actually. So you can use things as long as you rotate it in really weird. And a light switch. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I did it. Yippee. Individual fence post. Oh, yeah. So there is the individual fence post, but there's also the stone fence. So this portion is part of that, and that's what also helps with the attaching it to the salon chair. So really cool build from Zanzibar. So if you want to go check out Zanzibar's salon build, then that's a really cool one to see. And lots of kit bashing there too. So next up, we're going to talk about brainstorming some uses, and there's no points associated with this. So don't feel like you have to answer super duper quick. You'll have plenty of time to type answers. But I want y'all to think about what are some interesting features about this item or what you might be able to use this item for. So go ahead and type like what are some interesting features about this that you notice, or what have you seen this used for? We'll give it like 90 seconds. Oh, noodle. I'm also a puppy parent, so I'm currently trying to make sure my 11-week-old Dotson puppy is not eating up my crafting area. Caldore. That's a great way to do the pronunciation for somebody who has zero clue where to start. Thank you, GP. All right, half a minute remaining. And I think you get up to like 5 submissions, so you can type as much as you want. And we'll start categorizing these together. What kind of puppy? Dotson puppy. So I have one Dotson. He's 2 years old. And then the Dotson puppy. Let me see if he wants to. Yoink. This is the Dotson puppy. So he's here. Alrighty, bye Dotson puppy. Alrighty, let's see what y'all said. So it automatically groups it for me. So we have benches, we have doors, trims, shelves, roof line, plank walls, roof tiles, shiplap, flooring up here. Sorry if you can't see it because I'm blocking it. Stairs, frames, straight lines, hanging posts, wallpaper. When it's flat, it's dyeable, roof walls, frames, legs to create custom frames. That's a good one too. Oh, there you go, noodle. A bed. Oh yeah, you could use it for a bed as well. Shiplap. Yes, 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 yes. Signage. That's a good one. You can shrink it down and use it as a sign, or if you want a really big one, you can use it as a big sign. Tetris. Ooh, I like that. I like that one. Shop stand. That's a good one too. You can clip the feet into things, turn it over, and the legs can be used to make sawhorses. I have not seen that before, but that's a really good idea. Yeah. Rustic stairs, bridges. I think we covered a lot of the stuff. Bridge or docks. Nice. So these are just some ways that we can start thinking about how to use this, because the texture here of the wood is really, really cool. So you've very frequently seen this used probably as like putting it on walls to add a little bit of texture, because we don't have wallpaper at the moment. So a lot of people will use that as wallpapers. Yes, you could absolutely use it as a fence. You could use it as bridge, a bench as well. So I know this table is like, I was talking with y'all on stream last night. This table is peak. Like, this is an S tier item. If we had to make a tier list of decor pieces, this is S tier for sure. Shutters. That one that just came in. Shutters, absolutely. You tilt it over and you kind of like angle it. You could absolutely use it as shutters. So there's a couple other things that, oh shoot. I didn't mean to have this vote. I don't know how this works, so I'm gonna stop voting real quick. We're gonna ignore that. I don't think there's points associated with it. Ignore that. Ignore that. Alrighty. Once again, no points associated with it. Okie dokie. Hi, Chifo. But this is just a couple examples of how I've had it in my builds. I didn't get a chance to go grab some more, but you could use it as wall paneling, as a lot of y'all said on the left-hand side. If you smush it up against the wall and like make it 200%, it looks really, really good as some wood wall paneling. You could also, at the very top, you'll notice that, I guess my face is kind of blocking it, but you'll notice that that side of the table has some really cool triangular detailing as well that you can use as little accents in your home. If you want, like, for example, in that room, it was very bare above. Speaking of bears, Gifo's here. But it was very bare up there, but you can add a little bit of texture by adding in these tables because of that diamond pattern. And then same thing here. I have that diamond pattern, but I use it as shelves here. A lot of y'all said shelves. So a table doesn't just have to be a table. It can be shelves, it can be wallpaper, it can be detailing. And a lot of y'all said roofing. So exactly, I use that in my cottage build because it does look like it has some like not shiplap, but like that, it has like a really good texture and angle to it, and it scales very, very tall. So there's a lot that can be used for these. But yeah, super duper versatile item. Alrighty. Next up, what about this one? What are some interesting features about this item? And once again, no points for this one. Or what are some interesting features, or if you have ideas of what you could use this for? What is shiplap? Great question. I actually don't know the exact definition, but let's see. Shiplap. I think it's just wood wall paneling. Shiplap is a wooden wall cladding featuring a rabbeted joint that allows the edges to overlap snugly. So, wood. Wood paneling, yep. Joanna Gaines. Oh my gosh, I forgot about, I don't remember what the show was called, but yes, Bakaladaka. Yes, yes, yes. It was really, really popular in like modern farmhouse builds. I think, I want to say like 10 years ago. Like those, like the wood, the white wood with black metal, like that, when that was the interior design style, you would see a lot of shiplap. A lot of shiplap. Ooh, we got a lot of answers. We got a lot of answers here. Oops. Every time they say shiplap, very true. Very true. I would not put it past them. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got some similar groupings. So fence railings, fence posts, Gilnean style fence, clip skull into decor for accents, window accents, amazing chains that dangle, pokey fences, throne topper. Ooh, that's cool. Windowsill. Portrait of Sylvanas. True. Portcullis. Yeah. Skulls. Fireplace. Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. Art, wall decor, using it for skulls, chains. Pop that bad boy in some mushrooms. Pokey things would make great hangers, lamps or lights. Skull for a bathtub. Oh my gosh. That is a bloodbath right there. Lots of pointy parts. True. Lots of good stuff right here. Skulls, chains. Well done. So yes. So here's a picture of like some of those portions that if you clip, like we were talking about, some portions of it into, you'll see that you got that skull like y'all talk about. And then also that dangly bit is animated, which is really, really cool. The chains move. Yes, Zanzibar. So that part of the banner moves ever so slightly. So if you clip that into a wall, you can get some good, like, if it makes it a build extra spooky. So it looks really, really cool. Enlarge it and sink it into the wall using only one side and holds up a canary cage. I would not have thought of that, Amira, but that's a great suggestion. Yeah, but the spikes, y'all mentioned fences. Y'all mentioned like having it for thrones, portcullises. So there's a lot of small details about this that you can absolutely use, but not necessarily just as a banner. The banner you could also use as wall art if you didn't want like all of the stuff up here. But when you start piecing apart this, there's a lot of interesting shapes and textures and animations that come from this. So good work, everybody. Good work. An undead themed grandfather clock. Spikes make a good Sindragosa platform borders. Oh, that's cool. That's super duper cool. Hit some light. Oh, yes. And that's a great way to talk about kit bashing too, Sindel, is with that skull that you were talking about. If you put in the green candles into those eyes, it looks extra spooky. Or you could even put in like, I think the red one or the Venthyr bottle, the anima bottle maybe. That would also be super duper cool. Thank you so much, Moon Mama, for the prime sub. Thank you so much. But yeah, you can start clipping and lighting into it and it makes it look even better. So yeah, give me 1 second to give the pets some treats. Around these parts, if you sub, the pets get a treat. I don't know where Noodle went off to, but he's somewhere. So I'll just drop a treat for him. There we go. Alrighty, next question. I think we have a couple more of these. So here's another one. What about this one? But thank you so much, Moon Mama. That was very, very sweet of you. So this is one of the newer items from 1207. So I don't know if y'all have really worked with this decor item yet, but let's start brainstorming together of how we can break this down and how we might be able to use this. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. And once again, to those of you who are just lurking and learning or getting your decor drops, thank you for being here as well. I hope that you find this helpful, especially if you are a housing lover, or maybe you're just interested in the housing community, but not necessarily liking building. So there's a lot that goes into housing. You can make it as difficult as you want, or you can make it as simple as you want. And right here, we're teeter-tottering into that creative difficulty, but like it's a good challenge. It's a really good challenge to kind of think outside the box for some of these things. But I was looking at some of the decor yesterday while putting this together, and there's a lot of really cool shapes that you can get from this. Oop, let me pull this back up for y'all. So as you're looking at this, think about what happens if it clips in from different angles, or if you rotate it. Try identifying little bits and pieces that maybe like hang out or stick off. Does that sink have water that moves? Great question. I don't know. I have zero clue. I think I placed this just to get a couple screenshots, but I didn't really use it. But it does have water. I think there's an empty one as well, but the water looks really, really cool. I won't say too much. Because some of y'all might have some ideas of what I am thinking for this. Okay, Epi says it looks like glass. Ooh, that might lead us into some really good discussion here. Let's see what y'all said. All right. Picture frames. Yes. Bird bath. Oh, that's a cute idea. I didn't think about that, but that's a really good idea. Towel on the side, towel, fruit bowl. Oh, you could definitely do that. A pond, mirror. Yes. Kitchen cabinets. The bowl could be isolated as a bowl. Big bathtub. True. True. Especially for like Volperas or gnomes. Kitchen sink. Yes. Crown molding. Foot bath. True. Why do I have a feeling that this was Zanzibar for the pedicure? Feet bath. Dip those Zalatos in. Outdoor reflecting pool. Towel to sit in your sauna. These are some great ones. Plate for food. Mixing bowl. Nice. So y'all are starting to think of those shapes. So a lot of y'all picked up on like this bowl shape right here. But some of y'all also mentioned the picture frame. So if you tilt it on the side, and I'll go to the next slide. I think I have it here. If you tilt it onto its side, you can definitely use it as a picture frame. And then if you bring it forward a little bit, Epi was just saying it looks like glass. So you can kind of cover it with, like if you put something inside of it, it kind of looks like it's actually a picture frame and not just the framing of it. It'll look like you have kind of a glass panel in front of it. A couple of y'all also mentioned the towel. We currently do this a lot with the other, like I want to call it the bathtub that we have for some of the other decor pieces. We clip that into things to use as towels. Y'all mentioned fruit bowls. If you clip this low enough, you can definitely get some bowls from that. And then also, there's also another little interesting area of this piece that is the soap. So if you clip it into a wall and then you sink it down, you can isolate that little bit of soap piece too, if you'd like to just have this soap. I think some people have done that with like the scrubby brush and the soap from one of the bathtubs. So if you ever see like a little scrubby brush or a piece of soap, it's probably from the bathtub that people have clipped in. So you can do something similar with this as well. Bring the bowl out fully. It gives a wave effect like a magic mirror. Oh, cool. Cool. For the showers in your arena. True. Yeah. They probably stink in that arena, Macho Mage. Definitely need some soap. And one other thing that I didn't mention here, or I guess before we get into that, you can also use this maybe if you're in the mural support event. Maybe you're trying to get an oval for either using as a basis or like some reference point to put some slate cobblestones and get you this oval shape, and then you can delete it if you're happy with it. Or if you tilt this a little bit more, it'll hide the bottom side of the oval, and you'll get this really like clean arch. So if you're just looking for a top side, you can isolate that and just get the arch. Or same thing, if you do the top side tilted forward, you can just get the isolated bottom side of the arch. So that's one way to get you some shapes that we might not very frequently get in some of our other decor pieces. Another thing, exactly, or letters O or a number 0. Exactly, Luger. Another piece of this that we can do to rotate it is if you rotate it on the bottom. I should have got a picture of this, but on the bottom side, there's 4 squares for the feet. And this is dyeable, so I think the feet can, like, I don't know necessarily what you could do with it, but maybe patterns on a wall, or if you're trying to do some texture on your floor, this could also be, yes, wallpaper. So just another idea of some shapes that you can isolate from a decor piece that doesn't necessarily look like it could be used as wallpaper, and you could probably also use the wallpaper. Oopsies. Thank you so much for the follow, Lemon. Welcome. You could also use the circle as wallpaper if you really wanted to as well. So that's just another example of a way that we can isolate some shapes. Alrighty, next up is another giveaway. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another giveaway started. And this time is for the Ascended Regalia pack. So Oh, I just realized the Murloc head is getting chopped off by my camera. But for this one, what we'll do is we will have the keyword be pack. Exclamation point pack. So go ahead and exclamation point pack for a chance to enter the giveaway for the Ascended Regalia pack. So this includes several items. I think this is $30 on the shop. So if you want some more options for transmogs, there's a lot of really, really pretty things. Whether you're doing a build for more, what is it? More, not ethereal look to it, but there's some really cool stuff. There's some really cool stuff from it. Thank you so much for the follow, Devinro. Welcome, welcome. It is gorgeous. I haven't used a ton of the decor from it, but there's a lot of really cool like things I've seen people do from it. So we'll give it a second. We shall give it a bit. Let's give it a minute. But so far we've given away a Vulpine Familiar mount, which is Zanzibar 1, and then we'll see who wins this one. We also have some Hearthsteel upcoming, and then we have a Quillen pet that we'll be doing some giveaways for. But I hope y'all are having fun so far, and at least my goal is for everybody to get at least one takeaway from this workshop, whether it's a thought of where you or how to use a piece of decor that you haven't necessarily thought of before, or that you've come away with maybe a shape that might be helpful for the mural support competition, or just a mindset thinking of how to think of decor other than something that is like super duper, like a sink is a sink. So, but I hope it's helpful. And we try and do this like once a month around these parts. And one more time, exclamation pack if you would like to be entered into the giveaway for the Ascended Regalia pack. So I'll say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll give it a couple more seconds because lag. Happy New Year! Oh, we got Space Age Mermaid Perfect. Okay, giveaway Wazolo. I totally butchered the name, but congratulations. You are the winner for this. So, let me go ahead and message you the code. Or actually, I will message y'all afterwards. If you'd like to message me on what's it called? Discord. This is my name on Discord, or if you want to message me on Twitch, feel free to do so. And I'll get you the code for the Regalia pack. But congratulations. It's a really cool pack. So, looks like you have responded. So that shall be yours. Alrighty. Oops, I did not mean to click that. Okay, the next one up is Hearthsteel. Not now, but eventually. Okay, poll time. There is no points associated with this, so please don't feel like you have to answer really, really quick. Which item might be best used for an empty bowl? But I'm glad y'all are finding this helpful. I enjoy running these kind of things. Also, Martin, thank you so much for lurking. I appreciate you. So 72% of y'all said the meat grinder, 10% said the crate, and then 5% said the bathtub. So, once again, there's no right answer for this. I'm sure you could probably make some really cool bowls with these, but thinking of just like a traditional bowl-shaped bowl, the top of the meat grinder, or also the side of the meat grinder, could be really, really helpful if you tilt it and then you sink it into something. It gives this like bowl or pan shape, which you could use. And then it, once again, I said empty bowl. So you could put some like fruit in there, or you could put maybe like, if you put eggs in there, you could do cereal. Or if you want to put some like trinkets or doodads or knickknacks and stuff. Oh, you could put that into the dishwasher. Yeah, it looks like a dirty dish. It looks like a dirty bowl with like I guess it's technically blood stains because it's a meat grinder. So it probably should be washed in the dishwasher. You make a great point. But you could put put parts in it. Oh, true. Or if you're doing like a Forsaken build, you could put some like skulls in there, maybe from the banner that we talked about, from the other thing. So that's also also good to hold coffee grounds. Good point. Good point. So the other ones, not like in the necessarily, it can't, not that it can't be, but thinking about the crate, it could probably be like maybe a square bowl, or like you could probably finagle it to be some form of holding dish, but not necessarily a bowl. Or the bathtub. I'm not sure if it scales small enough, but if you did scale it, it could still be bowl-like, but you still have like those little aspects of the towel still sticking out, and then the scrubby brush, and then like the little bit of soap. So maybe not, I should have clarified, maybe for like a cereal bowl type of thing, like in the kitchen. It could still be used for a bowl. But again, this was not for points, so it's okay. This was mostly seeing where y'all land. But if I were to give a suggestion, it would probably be out of those to use the top of the meat grinder. Great for a spooky Halloween build. Very true. Very true. Hide it and put a cake or a pie. Very true. Alrighty. Next up, we're going to be guessing some decor items, and there's going to be points associated with this. So this was where speed will matter again. All right. What decor item makes these shapes? I really hope I marked the correct answer on this one. Fingers crossed there's no incorrect answers once again. This isn't for this is for points, but there's no winner associated with this. Yippee! Okay, cool. Cool. So this one, to get some of these, Nicole, Botanical Stream Watcher, get the easy answer. Not necessarily. I also post this on social media and I've shared it with everybody. But so this, very close for those of you who are looking at like a circular woolen rug. So this is the elegant seat cushion. You can kind of tell from these textures. So with this, you can sink in the elegant seat cushion. I know the button is it pisses me off too, but I hide it with something else. But you can also clip it in a little bit more for this like crescent roll shaped thingy. And this is an elegant seat cushion. If you have a flat cushion and you shove it into a wall and you rotate it, you can get a diamond from it. Or if you rotate it even more, you can kind of get this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a squished octagon shape from it, which, you might be able to make something from this. I'm not good when it comes to like identifying shapes as much, but you can get some really cool shapes just from a elegant seat cushion for doing paintings and murals, or if you're just trying to add a little bit of detailing to some of your builds. Maybe you want a diamond. Maybe you can do wallpaper. Yes. Use as a croissant. I did make a Foodie Friday build with it as a golden croissant. Or you can have a purple croissant. You could totally do that. Maybe like, what is it? Ube croissant. That sounds good. But you could also use it as a wallpaper. Maybe you're trying to do some diamond wallpaper and you see this kind of gradient with the light, the way the light hits it. The top of it is a little bit lighter. The bottom is a little bit darker. So you could probably make some really cool wallpaper when it comes to this pattern too. Or maybe you want a crescent moon in a painting. So various ways you could clip this item into the wall to do something other than a circle. Oopsies, I clicked the wrong button. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. So, swords is at the top. So we were joking that the winner of this would get virtual kisses from my 2 puppies. All right, what decor item makes these shapes? Or I guess this shape, I should say. Peppermint candy. Oh yeah, y'all did see me making peppermint candies and what was it? Limes yesterday for the puppy kisses. So this is indeed the Kirin glass table. So this one, nice job, swords. Oh no, Ty, no! So this is the Kirin glass table. If you rotate it and shove it into a wall, you can keep that glass panel and also that really cool pattern along the edge to get some texturing, or use this as a picture frame. or a window. We've seen it used both ways from a lot of builds, and a very expensive window, but it looks really pretty. It looks really pretty, especially if you're doing maybe something more like elegant or silver moony, or just trying to get some elegance in there. If you shrink it down, if you also shrink it down, we've seen Cottage Wizard and a couple others use it as mirrors for their build. They'll put like a mirror underneath this, but it looks like a little hand mirror. Fish tanks, yes, we've seen those used as fish tanks, which is really cool too. Or I've seen terrariums. You can like put some wood panels around it and make a box out of it, and you can look into it, but you can't like jump through it. So this is indeed the Kirin Tor glass table. Well done, well done. All right, next up. What decor item has this pattern? Oh yeah, it's always fun to see people use it as a table, because I'm like, I only see people use it as kitbashing, but barely a table. It's really cool though. It's really, really fun to see it used as a table. I always get really excited when I see the table used as a table. Well done. Most of y'all got this one. So this is a Pandaren fishing net. The Cartel Zyke capture, I'm probably saying that wrong, capture crate has a little bit more of a metallic look to it. And then the Lush Garden window is a little bit, it doesn't have as many diamonds, but it still has a diamond pattern to it. So let's see, Swords is still at the top. Good job, followed by Ashi, Ophi, and Bakaladaka and Karma. So this is the Pandaren fishing net. You can use this as a pattern or a texture on some fishing net was too obvious, Ryan. But there is a really cool diamond pattern, and it's a little bit more of like a natural look to it. We've seen these used as windows, as dividers, as room separators. But also you could use this for like netting, for I've seen it used like to hold up plushies, or some people have been using it in their pirate builds just as like wallpaper. So really cool patterns that you can identify, not just as a net, but as patterns versus just the item itself. But yeah. Hi, Kiki. Okay, next up, we're going to do some more brainstorming together. I'm not sure if there's any more points associated with more questions, but a lot of this next portion is going to be brainstorming together and talking about some more items. So what items do you see in this build? It's okay if you don't get exactly the item. And speaking of coal, great for window panes, this build is from Culurien, who is here in chat with us. Beautiful paladin build. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you have not seen this build toured by the Homie Hoppers, Gifo, Felony, and Morgan, stunning. I've toured it a couple times. Rivendare's toured it. Absolutely gorgeous build. Gorgeous build. And thank you to those of you who have let me like use your builds as examples. And I made sure to credit everybody for your builds if I have screenshots of your stuff. But thank you so much. It's an absolutely stunning build. It is indeed a masterpiece. So this is a very paladin inspired build. Cole plays a paladin, and they really wanted to lean into like the golds and whites and just pure elegance of what they imagined a paladin's home could be. So very gorgeous build. Looks like y'all have a lot of ideas of what items you see. Oops, sorry, let me pull this back up. And of course, you don't have to name all items. You have 5 answer submissions, but if you name all of them, I will be very impressed because there's a lot of them. I think there is a character limit as well. But a lot of these are neighborhood vendor decor items as well, so hopefully some of these are familiar. Cole. I'm sure Cole could name almost everything here. There's a couple in here that I'm like, oh, I know what it is, but I don't know the exact naming of it. But there's a lot of cool stuff here. So this is a great example of really cool builds and builds that you can make given the patterns of neighborhood vendor decor items. I've mentioned before that neighborhood vendor decor items have some really good shapes to them, and you can still do a lot, and it's much cheaper than like spending a bunch of marls sometimes or some other builds. So let's see what we got. Elven trellises, yes. We see the elven trellises right around here. We see a bunch of silver moon beams, elegant fireplaces. So These like really cool pillar looking things are indeed those elegant fireplaces. The blue elven curtains, yes, that's from this expansion so far. Elven side tables, we see those used as these little like pillar things before you go up. And then also right here, where the arches connect into the pillars or the beams themselves. And then some people notice the elegant curved tables. Exactly. That's what makes these arches. When you combine them and rotate them, it makes for a really good arch. Tables, lots of tables. Sunsmoke sensor. Oh, that's elegant. Y'all are funny. Ornate silver moon sconce. Good calls. Grass, lights, ivy. Well done, everybody. Yes. So y'all got a lot of the elegant decor pieces. I also want to call out that there's like some elven treasure chests back there too that connect the arches back here to the wall in the same way that these elven tables also. Yes, so the rugs. I'm gonna show y'all a picture. So I pointed out a couple things here for us to take a look at. So these like pillars right here, the wood ones with the gold accents, are the elegant carved benches. So you can use them vertically to kind of look like pillars, or you can use them diagonally to make it look more like a slope. And then up here, we have the circular elven table. Oops, sorry, my face is covering it. But this is a circular elven table clipped in with a circular elven floor rug. So that way there's some painting to it that looks very, very, it adds that little extra bit of detailing and depth to it. So when you layer multiple items on top of each other and clip them into each other, you can get some really cool things to happen. And then same thing here with that trellis. We have that trellis that y'all were talking about, but flipped upside down to have this cool design right here. Very well done indeed, Teely. But those are just a couple of the pieces. Y'all named a bunch of the items out here, but a lot of these are neighborhood vendor decor items that you can use to build up your home for a very cheap price if you have gold. I'm also broke on gold. And you can still dye them and it'll come together. But that's just like one example of some ways that you can use it, not just for 2D murals. Poor Tanagle, y'all are so funny. For 2D murals, for example, in that circular elven floor rug and the circular elven table up here, but also in 3D builds where you're kitbashing larger structures and combining these things. Okie dokie. Next up, we're going to do something kind of similar. What decor items might you make a beehive painting with? So this is just random clip art of a beehive painting. What decor pieces do you think you could use to make this? I should have made this so that way I have an example, but think about the items that we've talked about and what shapes do you see? What textures maybe? What neighborhood vendor decor items can be dyed to these colors that might be helpful for you? And again, no right answer, no wrong answers, just different ways of thinking about how to build something. Sorry, the time frame was a little bit short on this one, but looks like we got a good amount of answers. Oops. Well done, well done. A person who is beekeeping age. Are any of y'all beekeepers, by the way? I wonder if we have any beekeepers here. I think we've had a couple of them in chat before. Okie dokie. So chestnut or a laurel tree, yes. Tree can be clipped in to make a branch with leaves on the cheap. Tree, cushions, plants, apple trees, bushes. Bushes is a really good one, especially if you're trying to make a painting. You can get those really, really small versus a tree, but bushes is a good call out. Lush garden stables for the branch. Oh, very true, very true. Branch sticking out looks like an Ardenwold. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that giant tree with like the giant hole in the tree with that blue banner, that could be used. Curved elven table or sink in the Kirin glass table for an... Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that, but that could absolutely be used for something like that. Wicker baskets. I don't know why it's grouping these together, but wicker baskets, cobblestones, baskets. Yes. So this kind of looks like a basket, and you can like layer them on top of each other. So that way you see like a bigger part of the basket, a smaller part of the basket. You could definitely use some baskets there. Bench, yes, you could use a bench for the wood portions of it if you're trying to get that texture, because those benches have some good bits for it. Oh my gosh, I love this idea. Whoever put this, very well done. Arcan fruit bowls for the bees. That is a good point. They might be blue bees, but like depending on like how you interpret art, the fruit could definitely be used as like these really cool looking greenish bluish bees. If we're going for a different non-traditional like yellow beehive. Not the blue bees. Y'all are so funny. Murloc plushie. Yes, that's a good one too, Zalian. That is a great point. That what is it? The Alliance Murloc plushie has those like little yellow ones as well. Good point. But in the case you don't have the Alliance one, we also have a lot of people saying elegant seat cushions. So you could use that for the bees, but you could also use those for the hive itself. Like we were talking about where you can like rotate it a little bit. You can stagger those and have a little bit of texture and shading to your hive to make it look like it's a hive. Circular rugs, good points. You can definitely shrink those down and then kind of tilt them into the canvas and then have them layered on top of each other. The dragon horde chest thing for the honeycomb. Oh, yeah, you could absolutely use that. That's a good call out for texture. That dragon horde chest does have some good honeycomb textures. Good point. Y'all are so funny. We love bluebies. Door, the entry, true. Weapon racks, tree branches, bushes, beams. Well done. Cobblestones, stepping stones for the bee wings, yes. Especially since those are dyeable. They're also the stepping stones, like the Suramar ones would be a really good one because it has that little bit of a pattern and it has the perfect shape. I think it's called Suramar stepping stone. It's like a little, if you combine two of them, it looks like a heart, but it's like a little whoop, a teardrop shape. So that's a really good call out for the wings as well. So good job brainstorming some of, like we got a good mixture of greenery for the wood, the bees, but also for the hive, and then also that doorway shape. So if anybody ends up making a painting of this, I would love to see what you end up doing for that because that's super duper cute. Alrighty. Arcane fruit are orange, maybe they're fireflies. Oh, true. Okay, we're gonna do, so this is from Van Gogh. What decor items might you use to make a starry night painting? So think about the shapes and the textures that you do see here. This might be a little bit trickier, but give it your best shot. We see a lot of like very thin lines, but a lot of swirls. We also see a lot of like where a thick line will turn into a thinner line. We see a lot of like, I already said curves, but you'll see a lot of like almost full circles. So much dye. It looks like just because there's periods in there. Cool. But yeah, lots and lots of dye. And that goes back to the whole thing of neighborhood vendor decor items are very, very good when you're trying to do custom things because you can dye it. And we're getting, I want to say 15 new dye colors in the next patch 1201 that will have like cool things like a couple pinks, a couple blues, greens, I think some like other pastel colors. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Curtains. Yes, lots of elegant curtains. Oh, I really like this one right here. Dornagal cheese wheel for the moon. That's a great call out, and I feel like that was Kryneth. If it wasn't Kryneth, I'd be surprised. But Dornagal cheese wheel, that's a great call out for, that was you. I knew it. But that's a great call out for the shape too. Very, very good. Lots of rugs or curtain stones. Miss Mouse do this. Yes. Tentacles for the mountains. True. Very true. We got some rugs in here. Gilnean cauldron for animated smoke. That's a good call out too. You can sink that Gilnean cauldron into the wall and rotate it on its side, and then there's like little wispy, like whoosh 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 lines that make it look like it's animated as well. So good call out there. Bottom of the Borealis bottle lamp. Yes, great call out there as well. And that also gives it a little bit of light. to adjust some of the dyes around it. So that way you get a little bit of like texture, and maybe if you can't find the right color for like this teal transition item or transition, then we love the whoosh whoosh whoosh. Then it can help with that as well. So crates for the doors. Oh, true. Yes. Oops. Let me skip voting. Next. Oh, shoot. Next. So this is an example from Building Mouse's Starry Night. Literally insane. I think this was built very, very early on, but like y'all mentioned, lots of drapes, lots of curtains, lots of cushions. And then what y'all were talking about with the Borealis bottle lamps. They also have like candles clipped into here, so that way the lighting affects how you perceive the different dyes, and it'll look a little bit different. So you'll see all of these drapes that we had in the very first question. There's probably so many, but you also have the curtains down here, which have that little like the one that we'd have a left one, but we don't have a right one. You'll see right here. Very, very crazy. You might have seen, so Candacelly, you might have seen Building Mouse's art gallery. Lots of cushions, lots of drapes. You see a favorite button? Is it the circular woolen rug? Not circular woolen rug, this thing. But very crazy things that you can do just with very base decor items because it's dyeable. The Mona Lisa and the Scream were great. So here, I want y'all to think about what items you might use to make a bridge that kind of looks like this. So we're getting into some 3D. So if you're thinking about making a bridge, what decor items, you don't have to think of the exact names because I'm really bad when it comes to decor names as well, but what items can you think of that might be good for making a bridge here? Think about breaking down very isolated portions, maybe for the bridge itself, and then maybe items for the ropings, things like that. Yes, and elven wall shelves. They did use elven wall shelves, it looks like, for some of like the buildings at the bottom. Those are really, really good, like we talked about with the for small lions versus the wood shelves, which can get you some very, very big lions. The elven shelves are very good for getting you some really small detailings as well. 30 more seconds. What type of decor items might you start to make a bridge with? Also, I've never been on one of these rope bridges before because I'm terrified that the bridge would break. So, oopsies. Or that I would step on it and then it starts swaying and then I'd like fall off or something like that. But it's really pretty. These are really, really pretty. I haven't yet made one, but there's a lot of cool things that you can do for this. Okay, let's see what y'all thought. So, benches. Yes, the new horde ropes are a great way to make some of those ropes on the sides. Fence posts, yes. Yeah, we can definitely see fence posts being used in between here to hold up some of these. So, Pandaren nets that y'all mentioned and that we talked about earlier with like the diamondy pattern, even though it's not a one-to-one perfect pattern, there is still a lot of similarities between the Pandaren fishing net that has those diamonds and then these nets that you see that have squares. So when you're trying to make something in real life into WoW, sometimes it's very hard to do a one-to-one replica and you have to sacrifice a little bit. But what matters is when you look at it, you get the impression that you're going for. So even though you're trying to do something that has maybe squares, it's okay if there's a different shape to it, because it's the overall perception of what you're looking at that matters. And then we have people saying beams and platforms. Yes, the Stormwind tables are really, really good. It's in the style. Yes, exactly. It has a very similar texture to it as well. Borealis hanging rope, great point. Yes. The botanical table. I love that you put, whoever put this, I love you. Y'all are hilarious. Gazebo for the hut, and oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about including like, what do you make the hut out of? But the gazebo, that's a great call out there. You could definitely make the gazebo into the hut. Thank you for putting that. Trees everywhere, very true. The woodvine trellis. That's a good point too. You could also use the trellises here. If you don't have nets or if that's a little bit too expensive because that's crafted, you could also use the trellises for like a bridge too. Sunrise Canyon painting. Oh, yeah, if you flip that on its side or on the back, you can get a really cool pattern that looks like just a wood pane. Borealis string lights. Good points, good points. Gilnean shelves are a great option too. We have some Gilnean shelves and shelves because those are very thin panels. Gilnean table too. So we have the Gilnean shelves, which are the very thin ones, and then we have the Gilnean table, which is more of a square, but it has a really cool like shuffly pattern where the planks are a little bit more scattered. So these are all great answers. So we have an example. Oh shoot, stop voting. I'm really glad we have ropes now too. I'm really, really glad we have ropes. So this is Zanzibar Shrek Dragon Castle. This is an example of, oh, sorry, I have like dog fur in my mouth. For one approach to doing it. A lot of the examples that y'all said would be fantastic as well. This was Zanzibar's approach to doing it before we got the new decor as well. So some of y'all said the Borealis string lights. At the time, we didn't have many rope options. So like I was talking about when it came to those Pandaren fishing nets not being exactly the same pattern, sometimes we just have to make do with what we have. And it's the overall impression of what we have that can make stuff still look incredible. So a lot of y'all mentioned the Stormwind tables or just tables in general. Those are great planks. Those are super duper great planks. The new shingles. Oh, I don't know if people said shingles, but that one is also a good option. I don't think we saw shingles. They're unfortunately not dyeable at this moment. I hope they do become dyeable because the shingles are red and red doesn't always go with everything. So hopefully in the futures, we get some dyeable things for the shingles and also those planks because that would be really awesome. That would be really awesome. But some of y'all said fence posts for some of the bits here. So really, really good point. Bingo. Outside. Go. Sorry. Puppy aggro. But yeah, so a bunch of different variations that you can do with this. The shingle is red. I know. Diabolical is hilarious, Judah. That's so funny. So Pandaren fishing net, wood beams, other tables. And Zanzibar also decided to clip these rope-bound Amani baskets into the Draenic fence posts. So that way it looks like the ropes are actually being tied to the fence post versus just a rope being shoved into the Stormwind wooden table. Or not the Stormwind wooden table. The Borealis string lights into the Draenic fence posts. And although you can kind of see the basket, once again, perception. If you're looking at the overall masterpiece, you don't tend to look very specifically at these, especially when you turn on the midnight lighting for the Hearthlight Armillery. This kind of seems to disappear whenever you adjust the lighting because the wood will start to look like it's the same color. So a lot of these textures you can layer on top of each other and still get the overall impression. So a lot of great options for some bridges. So good work, good work. All right, so this is an open-ended question. We are getting to the end of the workshop portion of this. But before we do some more giveaways, what is the most challenging part of housing for you? This is open-ended, no points associated. We have 1 minute for this. But if you have anything in particular that has been super duper challenging for you, I would love to hear it so that way we can also, I know there's a lot of content creators in chat here, but that way we can help support y'all and get y'all being able to build and doing some super crazy thing. Everybody just needs that little bit of a nudge and then they can start doing some crazy things. But we'd love to hear what you struggle with so that way we can do our best to help support y'all. Oh, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will make sure to get you that code. Sounds good. And if you don't get a chance, if this was too fast for you to be able to put your answer, feel free to submit it either in the Architects of Azeroth Discord in that mural chat, or if you want to DM it to me, feel free to do so. This was just what we got for this portion. Let's show the answers. Time, artist block, finishing a build, mood, budget, getting things to rotate. Very true, very true. Finding pieces, knowing what's possible, translating ideas of what you have in your mind into the decor for your house, budget limits, staying with a cohesive idea, staying within a theme, gimbals. Oh my goodness, the gimbals, decor budget, rotation bugs. Oh gosh, my chat is covering this. Let me move this. Ooh, getting out of your head. Ooh, and that also fits in with like artist block and imposter syndrome and like all of that. Definitely is challenging, and even I struggle with that. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're a pro at this." I also have to get out of my head. So whoever put that, you are not alone. You are not alone there. Sizing and clipping. Oops. Layouts, building to the level you want to, feeling overwhelmed. Yes, the challenges and contests have been super duper nice to just experiment. Even if you don't win the contests or the challenges, like all of that stuff, it's just good to just start building, like having an idea and then executing it. Because I know that, for example, artist's block. Going into an empty room sometimes and just trying to build something can be very, very intimidating. Losing items, I know, a whole mood. But a lot of these are things that a lot of you struggle with together. And I know Blizzard is addressing some of this in the next patch with like some budget issues, layouts. Oh wait, layouts you're meaning like how to lay out your home. I also struggle with that. And a lot of the good discords like Architects of Azeroth and then Wowkia, both of those discords have a lot of people who are sharing their stuff. Thank you, Thank you. I will make sure to get you that code, but thank you for sending it. And thank you for so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. Recommend some tutorials. Ooh, great question, Space Age Mermaid. So in this Discord, Architects of Azeroth, there is a link or not a link, where is it? I have a resources and inspiration post for y'all. So that way, if you are in the Discord, you'll be able to see this post. And I kind of condensed it into different categories of getting started. So like there's housing guides, mood boards, color theory, and these are all from some very, very awesome content creators and things like that. And then also there's a section for textures, shapes, tips, and then small scale examples for the painting portion of this contest that this is for, and then also some large scale examples. And so this is just like a really good place to start, but hopefully the getting started portion at the very top of this community resources and inspiration portion is helpful. Oops. But yes, GP's video on environmental art is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. There's so many good tutorials and beginners. They wanted treats from the bag. You're good, Ryan. You're good. So there's a lot of good stuff there, but yeah. But welcome to WoW. Welcome to housing. But a lot of these are difficult, so I'll have these on my list after this is done. I'll see what we can do for trying to address some of these and get some support for y'all in these things, because I totally understand. We can relate. Okay, one last question for y'all before we get into giveaways and then also some tours with GP. So what other questions do y'all have? So maybe we can address it in the workshop. And I know this kind of relates back to the other question of what's most challenging, but if there's any specific questions, like what decor pieces do you suggest for this thing? Or how to get over artist block, things like that. If I don't get the chance to address it now quickly, hopefully we can address it in the next workshop or the mural chat of the Architects of Azeroth Discord, or maybe on socials. GP and I are still putting out content to help support the Architects of Azeroth and Warcraft Cares contest that's kind of related to art and murals and paintings, but also just building in general. So if we don't get to it today, then, or if you don't get a chance to submit your answer for this question, then feel free to reach out and we'll see what we can do. I probably should have added a little bit more time. So we'll see the 3 answers that we have. And then I'll also see all of the answers that y'all submit or are trying to submit afterwards. So all of this is saved and I can take a look at it for y'all. Okay. How to know when done adding things. Ooh, good question. I have a feeling a lot of y'all will say whenever you're maxed out on budget. But sometimes when you look at something and you're like, this looks good, sometimes it's okay to just step away and be like, yo, if I keep adding things, I'm going to spiral and it's just going to be like, oh, this is too busy. So whenever you start thinking, what else can I add? What else can I add? What else can I add? It might be a good sign to step away and maybe think, do I need anything else in the first place? Or can I move on to something else? I know that's not like the best answer, but, or just keep going until your decor budget hates you. How do you narrow down your ideas to specific things you want to show? Your brain goes a million miles a minute, so slowing down your. I also struggle with this, and I'm hoping that layouts or blueprints, as they're calling it, will help with this. Because that way you can keep building, or you can take it away and then work on something else. So hopefully, with having layouts, will help with that of being able to make something and then maybe you don't want to work on it anymore and work on something else. Oh, of course. I'm glad I got to help. More workshops with other builders. Oh, cool, cool, cool. How do you stop yourself from deleting everything and starting over? The way that I think about it is we'll get blueprints. So I'm trying to stop myself from deleting everything and starting over too. But you know, sometimes you have to just come to at peace with the fact that it's okay to let things go and to start fresh because I have a feeling that a lot of y'all have been doing housing since the moment it dropped. And so the skills and the decor that you had at the very beginning of the workshop, you've very likely grown since then as a builder. And so you can either go to your second house, like Cole said, and you can make something more, or you can delete it and you'll build something even better with the knowledge that you have now that you are a more experienced builder. So, but if you can't stop yourself deleting from everything, go do some Mythic Plus. Go do. No, I'm kidding. Let me see this one. How do you find the compromise between making things that are technically good versus things that you think are environmental storytelling? That's a good question that we could probably talk about like forever and ever. I like this. I think we'll dive into this a little bit more and I'll think about a better way to word this, but I like this question, so we'll get back to that one. Only build when you're inspired, never force it. Yes, that's great advice. That is very, very great advice. What would I like to add? What would I like for Blizzard to add to housing? I just want some bugs fixed, and I also want layouts. Also, y'all can't see this question, but I just want layouts already. That's what I really want. But we know it's coming, so that's good. That's super duper good. Other than that, though, I would love some of the other plushies. There's a couple plushies that have not been added that I really want, like the Autek plushie and some of those. Those are cool. Alrighty. Just so y'all are aware, there's still some promotional items that are still available that are fantastic for kit bashing. So I'll put these in chat. The Fanta bottles. If you do not have the Fanta bottles that are dyeable, these are fantastic items for kit bashing or also just like adding details to maybe your kitchens, your potion areas. That ends on July 30th. So y'all have like 10 more days to be able to get that. There's also a ice box. That's a part of the Fanta thing. So if you can do it multiple times or on multiple accounts for the Fanta ice chest. So make sure you do that. There's a link to that promotion there. So make sure to click that link if you don't have it and open it in another tab. There's also a Zillow mat that is like great for flat surfaces and also very small thin lines. So make sure to grab that. I don't think there's a deadline for that one at the moment, but there's also the Zillow flowers, which I don't think has a deadline either. And that's how to get that. So there's a couple easy, cheap, or not cheap, or they're kind of cheap. Some of them are cheap. Some of them are a little bit more expensive. Like the Zillow mat is 500 gold once you have it, but these are all dyeable, which make for fantastic detailing and kit bashing for these. So make sure you get these. Make sure to click those links. You can also delete your Zillow account or your Fanta account once you're done if you don't want your data saved on there. Just make sure you have your Blizzard account connected to it so that way you get those promotional items. Yeah. Before we do a giveaway for Hearthsteel and Aquilin Pet and do some mural tours, I just want to say thank y'all so much for joining today. And I'll put the winners up on the next couple slides. But whether you were here just lurking for your pet, if you were just here for like some giveaways, if you're just here lurking for some knowledge, or if you participated, thank you so much for being here. I have a ton of fun putting this kind of stuff together, and I love just talking to y'all about housing. And if you like this kind of conversation and stuff, I do stream on Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. EST, and we yap a lot. It's maybe like, I want to say 60% yapping and 40% building, but it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I know there's several messages I've probably missed today, but if y'all want to hang out, feel free to. Let's go ahead and do some Hearthsteel giveaways though. And also, one more time for the mural support, if you would like to participate in the mural support contest, that is still going on. The deadline is July 11th. So if you want to submit anything for the mural support thing, for a small painting, a mural, or a in real life painting or digital painting, we would love to see your artwork. GP is judging the murals. I'm judging the small paintings. And I believe Dravi is judging the real life and digital art, but I don't quite remember. But this was a lot of fun. So thank you for being here, and good luck on the giveaways. Okay, so let's do the giveaway. So 2,500 Hearthsteel, but you must be willing to share BNet with me, because it will take me 3 days to 7 days in order to get you the Hearthsteel. We have to be friends on BattleNet for a certain amount of time. Yes, the size candle, or candescently. For the mural, it will be any size, and then for the painting, it'll be a fresh canvas size or equivalent, 200% max. So I think the Zillow rug is also the same size. So fresh canvas 200% or smaller is for that one. But as for the Hearthstone giveaway, it'll be !home. So !home for 2,500 of Hearthsteel. And once again, you'll have to make sure to be okay with sharing your BattleNet with me. And I'll make sure to add you. Oh my goodness gracious. So many of y'all. Thank you so much for following. Hi, Kirby. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, I can do both NA and EU, Bassvinder. And if for some reason it doesn't work for me, I will make sure that I contact somebody in EU that I can get some funds for, so they can transfer it over to you. If for some weird reason it doesn't let me do it, but I should be able to. I have a lot of amazing EU friends that are more than willing to help out with doing that. So thankfully. So once again, !home if you would like to get some Hearthsteel. We'll give it another minute. Yes, you can use shop items in your murals and art, but you'll also have to, shouldn't be the focal point of it. So make sure you use some other items, combine some other items, and we'd love to see like what you do with some of that. How do you share your BNet with me? So if you win, you can go ahead and, I think if I type in chat, you'll be able to like whisper me, I think, or I'll message you. Wait, I can whisper you. I'll whisper you, and then I'll open up a little window with me, and then that way you can send your BattleNet over. Alrighty. I'll give it 10 more seconds. !home for Hearthsteel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Congratulations, Epi! Congratulations, you get Hearthsteel. Happy New Year! Alrighty, I will make sure, Epi, that I get you that Hearthsteel. Thank you all for entering. We still have one more giveaway for Aquilin Pet. Of course. I know you're gonna do great things with that Hearthsteel, so I'll make sure to get you that Hearthsteel. One more giveaway before we keep going. So that way any of you who have to leave or head out for the evening can still get some prizes. We're gonna do this one as exclamation point pet. This is for the lucky Quillen pet. So exclamation point pet for a lucky Quillen pet. Pet. I guess that's what it's called. It's a lucky Quillen pet. And remember that we eventually will be getting pets in our houses. They teased that for 12.1. So we will be getting that. Exclamation point pet. Yes, if you are a Pandaren lover or if you love, what does it look like? Great question. Let me grab Lucky Quillen pet. Oh, just kidding. Lucky Quillen cub. This thing. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. So if you want this thing, go ahead and do exclamation point pet and we'll get you, we'll see if we can get you a pet. Let me make sure I find the right tab. Oh, shoot. Alrighty. I'll give y'all 10 more seconds. Exclamation point pet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year! Let's see. Lolly, congratulations! You get the lucky Quillen pet. Congrats. I will make sure to get you that code. So, everybody who won today, I will make sure to get you your codes and congratulations. But those are the giveaways that I have for today. So if you're just here for the giveaways, I unfortunately do not have more. But that's it for the day. But before you go, if you are participating in the mural support brainstorming tours, or if you're participating in the mural support event, GP and I are totally down today to take a look at what you have started and then give some feedback, if you'd like feedback, or to brainstorm. So not necessarily just to this isn't for us to look at your home or to look at your piece and admire. This is more so if you are participating in the mural support contest and you've started on it and you want specific pieces of feedback or maybe to brainstorm some ideas with us. So it'll just be GP and I in voice chat, and then y'all will be in text chat. But we'll start with the EU first, since we have trial accounts for that. So is there anybody here who is from EU who is participating in the mural support event that would like for us to take a look at it, what you got so far, or get some feedback or brainstorm with you? If not, then that's totally okay. I know it is late for you EU folks. So, and if you haven't started yet, but you still want feedback on some stuff, please feel free to message in the mural support chat too. Heliaboo, okay, sweet. GP, let me know if you are streaming, and I'll see if I can knock, and we can get streaming together. But if not, we can also just hop in Discord. Totally up to you. Do we put a screenshot in? Or are you actually visiting? So, we should be able to visit because we have trial accounts. I have an Alliance trial account. So if you have, or if you are in EU and would like for us to look at it, ideally, I would like it if you could do EU, or not an EU, an Alliance character, so that way I can teleport to your home. Or if you just want to do a screenshot of it, that works too. But we could come in person as well. GP, I don't know, do you by chance have a Alliance trial account, or do you have a Horde trial account? That might make it a little bit more difficult. Faction doesn't matter. So it matters in the sense of with a trial account, you have to be the same faction to invite another character to your group by doing /invite blah 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 blah. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. Oh, you're good, Grineth. You're good. We aren't able to have big groups anyway. So let me see. GP. Yeah, we'll just have me and GP show it because we don't want everybody running around houses just for the tours and stuff. But maybe in the future we'll do that. BNet friends. So unfortunately, you can't do BNet friends when it comes to Oh, if you're BNet friends, oh, even in the case that it's in trial account, is that the case? Hi, GP. Oh shoot, 1 second. Hi, GP.
Hello.
Can y'all hear GP, by the way? Oh, sweet. Let's see. Also, we do have an ad break incoming. So while we get this situated, feel free to go step away, do your thing, and like whatever it is. So thank you for being here.
I am just setting up. I
Sounds
think.
good.
And we're doing EU first?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
I think we got Heliaboo. Oh, shoot, sorry if you hear me multiple times.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, maybe I should put push to talk. Hold on. Let me put that on.
I don't
'Cause
even know my push to talk button. Shoot. Oh, there we go. I
I feel
figured it
like
out.
here, let me. Where is it? Test.
If you're talking perfect, I cannot hear you if that's what you're going for.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I logged into the PTR by accident. 1 second. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
No, I'm stuck in an ad break for mine, so no rush. But also, if we do lose you, if you're not interested in taking a look at some of the murals that are in progress, please feel free to go hop off, do whatever it is you need to do. But thank you so, so much to everybody who participated, whether you were lurking, whether you were just learning, whether you were in the Kahoot, whether you're just here for giveaways. Each and every one of you, thank you so, so much for being here. We are so excited to see what you all create for your murals, or even just in general, if you don't participate in the contest, like all of your builds. GP and I are loyal lurkers of both the Architects of Azeroth Discord and also the Wowkia Discords. So if you post something there, there's a very good chance that we have seen it. Or even if you post it on social media or in the housing Facebook pages, like all of those things, if you post your picture somewhere, there's a very good chance that we do see it. So thank you so much for being here. If you like hanging out with me, if you like learning, if you like just like yapping, whatever it is, I do stream on Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. EST. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you do hop out, thank you so much for being here. I just realized an ad break is going as I'm talking. And that's unfortunate that I'll have to do the spiel.
Let me add you.
Oop, there we go.
I sent you my Oh, I'm still in Calicia's house. Oh, that's perfect actually.
Oh, is that Calicia's? Heliaboo?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Heliaboo's Calicia.
Oh, I'm already friends with you. Yippee. Okie dokie.
Weirdly, it doesn't show on the.
Let's see.
Oh, there she is.
Oop, I have to swap over OBS. Let's see if I can figure this out. Oop, it's broken. While I'm getting this all situated, to those of you who are stuck in ad breaks, this is where we are going to start moving into the tours and stuff. So if you are going to hop out, thank you so, so much for being here. I very much appreciate you, regardless of if you were chatting, if you were lurking, whatever it is that you were doing today. Thank you for being here. I do stream Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. EST. So if you like that stuff, or if you like just like seeing builds or getting inspiration and all that fun stuff, I do stuff offline as well. So thank you so much. But if you're hopping off for the evening, I appreciate you being here. And yeah, you're here for the vibes. I'm here for the vibes too. That's all that building is to me. It's vibe. I like vibe building. People say vibe coding, like coding with AI and all that stuff. I just vibe build. I build for the funsies. For the funsies of it. And we don't go in with a plan for everything, but like we build for
A
the
vibe
funsies.
build.